Hi, welcome to TeachTown. This is an overview of our program, Be Safe. We're going to spend a few minutes talking about it, and then we'll actually get in and take a look at the program. Be Safe was designed as a curriculum to teach teens and young adults how to safely interact with law enforcement. The author, Emily Island, is an award-winning author, researcher, professional education consultant, and a leader in the field of autism. She also is the mother of a young man who has autism spectrum disorder. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, a person who has autism is 7 times more likely to have an encounter with the police. So while this curriculum was designed for individuals who have special needs, the message of safety and boundaries is really relevant for anybody. Be Safe utilizes video modeling to teach and model the appropriate behaviors that we want students to exhibit when they have an encounter with the police. It also incorporates Be Safe stories, different visual supports, role plays, and a script is provided of the positive model so that the students can actually practice the behaviors that we want them to do in a natural setting. Be Safe includes 7 video modeling episodes, each of which lasts about 5 to 11 minutes and only shows the positive model of the behavior we want the students to demonstrate. Each video model uses live people, including real police officers, to role play the different scenarios. So the 7 different episodes are: Laws Help Us Be Safe, Law Enforcement Officers Help Us Be Safe, Uniforms and Safety Tools, Stay Calm When You Meet the Police, Self-Disclosure, The Right to Remain Silent, and Be Safe in an Emergency. Be Safe also includes teacher-driven lesson plans that contain materials and different activities, many of which are differentiated for varying student needs. It also includes interactive activities, so this is something that the student can log into independently to work on their comprehension and to make inferences about different legal situations. It also includes assessments, so you can be assessing your student on the different skills and concepts presented in Be Safe, and their data will be collected and reported automatically. So let's go ahead and take a look at Be Safe. When you log into TeachTown Be Safe, this is the first screen that you'll see. You'll see all of your students listed down the left-hand side of the page, and this screen gives you a little snapshot to show you where they are and the assessments for each of the units within Be Safe. If I go over to the Curriculum tab, this is where you'll see all of the lesson plans. You'll find all the lesson plans and materials for each of the units in Be Safe. It's also where you can access the video modeling episode. So you'll see if I click each of these, that video model changes. And then the lesson plans and materials are listed here. They're also available in Spanish for each of the units. And then off to the left-hand side of the screen, there's a list of teacher materials. So things like the teacher's guide, the self-disclosure card templates that come into play during one of the lesson plans, an introduction letter for parents and guardians about this curriculum, and all of the teacher materials are also available in Spanish. Let's go ahead and watch a sample of one of the video modeling episodes.
Maybe you've seen people get arrested on TV shows or on the news. You will probably spend your entire life without ever getting arrested, but just in case, it's important to know what getting arrested means, and it's important to know all the steps in the arrest process, so that way you can be safe. The police can arrest someone who commits a crime. The word arrest means to stop. Let's look at each step in the arrest process so you can be safe in this kind of situation. Even if the arrest is a mistake, follow all the steps to stay calm. You can clear up the confusion later. What is the first thing that happens in an arrest? The police tell you to stop. They might say, stop where you are. They might tell you to stand in a certain place, and that is what you should do. The police always want to be able to see your hands. They need to be sure you don't have a gun, a knife, or other weapon. The police may tell you to put your hands in the air. Always do what the police tell you. Keep your hands where the police can see them, not in a pocket or other hidden place. Next, the police will do a pat down. They will touch your arms, legs, and torso to be sure you don't have a gun, a knife, or other weapon hidden under your clothes. Be patient and hold still. You will probably spend your whole life without ever getting arrested. But just in case you do, follow all the police instructions so you can be safe. Now, let's take a look at a case of a mistaken identity.
Everybody get down, this is a robbery! Put the money in the bag!
Here, put the money in the bag.
Somebody call 911. I think you got away on a skateboard.
20s.
And tell him he got away on a skateboard.
Oh, and he got away on a skateboard. He's going down the street.
Flip around. Negative this one? Copy. All right, stand up, man. Back up on the curb. Okay. Apparently you're not the person we're looking for, all right? Appreciate your cooperation. Unfortunately, you just happen to look like the wrong person today.
This was a case of a mistaken identity. The police officers heard the description of the robber and needed to find someone who matched it. Vaughn matched the description of the robber. The police needed to investigate. Even though the police had the wrong guy, Vaughn handled himself very well. He didn't run away when the police arrived. They told him to raise his hands and stand up. He followed their instructions. He also moved slowly so the police could see he was cooperating. Now, let's talk to Vaughn and the other officers to learn more about this situation.
I thought they were just gonna roll right past me. I didn't do anything wrong. It was really scary. I didn't know how to react. I just followed directions. Figured it was the best thing to do. I've seen all the bad ways things can turn out if you don't follow directions. So I just did what they said.
I noticed you followed directions very well. Now let's hear from the police. Even though this was a case of mistaken identity, what were some of the things that Vaughn did right?
Vaughn was cooperative with us. He remained calm. He followed our demands. He didn't fight with us. As long as somebody stays calm and cooperates, if they're not the person we're looking for, this will all be over in a few minutes and they'll be on their way. Yeah, he was a good model of the right way to react when contacted by the police.
Vaughn's story is a recipe for success when you interact with the police. Whether you have done something wrong or not, remember what worked for Vaughn. 1. Stay calm when the police approach you or talk to you. 2. Stay where you are, even if you feel like running away. 3. Do exactly what the police tell you to do. You also need to remember 3 important don'ts. 1, don't run. 2, don't fight. 3, don't argue. Easy to remember, easy to follow. These rules will help you be safe.
Each video model lasts approximately 5 to 11 minutes. It uses real live people, including real police officers. And it was really, a conscious decision was made to only show the appropriate behavior, so it's only a positive model of the safe way and appropriate way to interact with the police because this is such a safety issue. Now let's take a look at some of the lesson plans and materials. So you'll see that the lesson plans are very detailed and they spell out exactly what the teacher needs to do in order to implement the lesson plan. And if there are any materials involved, they are provided for you within the lesson plan. The materials are very colorful and engaging. A lot of them use photographs. And a lot of the materials are also differentiated. So you'll see here, this particular activity is like a little dictionary page. The students have to, write out the definitions for these words. But there's also a second copy of that page that has visual supports. It provides the student with the definition, so all they need to do is come up with an example. So you'll see throughout the curriculum that there are multiple copies of the materials that are presented in different ways so that they meet the needs of a variety of students. Be Safe also has a component where the students can log in and access some interactive activities and access the video models on their own. So this is something that they can do independently in the classroom. It's also something that they can do from home. So if I go ahead and log out, I'm going to click here on the login screen to say that I am a student. If I log in, where each student is assigned their own login and password, we'll see where Mike can go in to Be Safe. And he has access only to things that the teacher has given him access to. But he's able to either watch the video modeling episode or watch the video modeling episode and do the activity. If I go ahead and click do the activity, this will be a little example of our interactive activities that students can do independently. The interactive activities are video clips from the video model And in between those video clips are multiple choice questions. The multiple choice questions are read aloud to the student. And even the response options. So even students who are not fluent readers can access this activity.
Maybe you've seen people get arrested on TV shows or on the news. You will probably spend your entire life without ever getting arrested. But just in case, it's important to know what getting arrested means, and it's important to know all the steps in the arrest process, so that way you can be safe. The police can arrest someone who commits a crime. The word arrest means to stop. The police arrest someone to stop them from what they're doing because it is against the law.
When do the police arrest someone? When they commit a crime? When they make a mistake? When they make the police angry?
A person who is arrested is under arrest. The police have a good reason to arrest someone. The person under arrest is called a suspect because the police believe or suspect that this person has committed a crime. Other times, the police see someone breaking the law and they step in to control the situation.
What is a person who is under arrest called? An innocent person, a suspect, a troublemaker.
Now we'll take a look at the Assessments tab. All of the different units are listed down the center of the page, and you'll see a little snapshot again of all of your students and where they are, their status on the assessments for each of those units. So if you look here at Unit 1, you'll see that Billy and Julie and Michael have all mastered the assessment for Unit 1, but Sally, that assessment is still in progress for her. The assessments contain a pre-test, a post-test, a progress monitoring phase, and a maintenance phase so that you can make sure that the student, once they've acquired the skills and have mastered the skills, is maintaining that over time. All of their data is collected and then reported automatically. So let's go to the Reporting tab, and we'll begin a reporting session. And then you'll see this Be Safe Reports come up. We'll make sure that the Students tab is clicked. You'll see your students down the left-hand side of the page. And so then we can see an assessment summary report for Julie. We'll go ahead and click on Assessment Progress Graph. And you'll see that her data from her assessments, this is where she passed the pretest, so she was taken straight into the maintenance phase. Her data is collected and reported automatically and graphed for you. Data are also collected on the interactive activities. So if I click the interactive activity progress graphs, and she was working on the interactive activities through that student login for Unit 1, we'll be able to see her data on her responses to those multiple choice questions as she watched those video clips. And so this is something that maybe she was working on at home for homework or something she was doing independently in the classroom, but you'll see that it collects her data and reports it for you automatically on each of the times that she completes that interactive activity. To learn more about Be Safe or any of the other products that we offer, you can visit www.teachtown.com or contact us at info@teachtown.com or by phone at 1-800-283-0165.